Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Oscar Buzz, and lots of stuff happening. This is a massive week for the Oscars. We got SAG, we got DGA, we got PGA, all the other guilds, ASC, MPSC, Art Directors Guild. All those just happened this morning. The Cinematographers Guild, that's ASC. They did some absolutely wild stuff.
They did.
So we'll be talking about that. We'll be giving all of our predictions for DGA, SAG, PGA. WGA just announced their full ineligibility list. So a couple interesting things there. But yeah, lots of fun stuff. And we have a guest to join us. Welcoming back to the channel, we have Jack from Oscar Film Forecast.
Hello. Yay. Happy to be here. Lots of crazy stuff going on.
Absolutely.
Crazy week.
We're really in the thick of it. Yeah, this is probably this is the busiest week in terms of award stuff, probably. Because after this, they do get a little bit more spaced out, give us a little bit of a break. But yeah, it's all coming thick and fast.
Nominations.
Indeed.
Yep. Especially, Critics' Choice also, literally, happens this week. Golden Globes happens tomorrow. So, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Lots and lots of fun
on a Tuesday.
I have to work during the Golden Globes. So I'm going to be staying up late afterwards, and Thomas will wake up early the next morning because of the time difference, and we're going to make it work. But, yeah. Rooting for Top Gun, Maverick, and Banshees here. Empire of Light has now hit every precursor, but I don't want to predict out of principle. Yeah, that hit ASC. So, welcome to everybody in the chat. How is everybody doing? We're going to start out. Also, welcome to everybody watching the replay. All that. Yeah. Anyways, we're going to start out by talking about ASC.
Yeah.
Because they did some stuff. We aren't going to do a full in-depth breakdown or anything. It isn't a reaction. We all have already seen these. But, they did some stuff. Some absolutely wild stuff. So here they are. I think. Can we all see them? Maybe.
Yes.
There we are.
Okay. There you go.
These are the ASC nominations. No Avatar, no Fablemans. Insane stuff. Bardo's here, Empire Batman's here.
We do have now the clear frontrunner though. It is Top Gun. Anyone saying Top Gun's not going to win cinematography, here's the reasoning why. The only other one that's probably it's very difficult because ASC are usually quite good at sort of predicting what will be in the Oscars. Exactly. So the question is, do you go for 4 of these 5? Because they are a very strange 5. I definitely go Top Gun here. I definitely say Elvis is now in cinematography somehow. Not that it's worthy of that. And then I don't think it's Batman. I think we can rule that one out. And I do think we are looking at one of Bardo and Empire of Light to fill out the roster.
Yeah. Deakins has Empire of Light, right? But then with Bardo, you could have a never look away situation. Because I do think that All Quiet can still get in. And I think that Avatar is still in. So we're looking at something like Top Gun, Elvis, Avatar. I think All Quiet can still happen because it's probably getting the BAFTA. And that's probably just going to get a lot of tech nominations if we're saying that's in picture now. So then what is it? I don't know. It could just be Bardo. Bardo could still just happen. Empire of Light is Deakins. I know it's really weird. But I think you got to predict Top Gun, Elvis, and at least one of those two.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't know. I think Empire of Light makes slightly more sense on paper, but the cinematography branch have gone for some weird stuff in the past. So maybe they do then go Bardo on that front.
Unfortunately, I think Babylon is pretty done. I think it's pretty done.
Yeah.
Also, love the username David Lynch's cow. But yeah. So, anyways, that was ASC. We aren't going to go too in depth on it. Thomas and I are going to do a full breakdown video about all of the guilds. But I know, Jack, you have any thoughts?
I would agree with what you guys said. Top Gun frontrunner. Elvis is probably getting in there now. It was my number 6 before. Fablemans is probably going to miss now.
I think Fablemans is Belfast is missing cinematography and editing.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
So
between Bardo and Empire of Light, I'd lean Empire of Light just because it's Deakins, but I could see Bardo still getting in. And then I would still have All Quiet getting in, honestly. And then Avatar, obviously.
Yeah. At least I didn't go for Blonde. I know you sort of floated out there yesterday, Trevor.
I think it was, especially given the lineup we got, I wouldn't be surprised if Blonde was the 6 or 7. I think that was kind of scarily close.
I'm glad that didn't happen.
Not a great movie, but it is well shot.
It is well shot, even if there's no motivation behind like a single one of those shots. It looks pretty. Nice screensavers. Okay. So then I just briefly also want to touch on the WGA ineligibilities. So we aren't going to be predicting WGA since they don't happen literally until after Oscar nominations. But big things here. Adapted is missing, All Quiet, Living, and The Whale. But Women Talking is still here. So it's probably looking at Women Talking, Glass Onion, She Said, Top Gun, and then something really weird.
Like Bones and All White Noise I'm looking at probably.
Bones.
Yeah.
Please Bones and All. Please Bones and All. But that's where that is at. Original is going to be missing Banshees for one. And then both contenders for that last spot after Sun Triangle of Sadness. I think that Elvis is getting the WGA nom. I honestly think Elvis is getting the WGA nom for original screenplay.
It sadly does.
That or the menu.
Well, they can both get in.
But there's two spaces exactly.
Yeah. So, I think we're going to get Elvis and the menu as WGA nominees.
Yeah, with Nope maybe as an outside shot, I guess.
Yeah. You have to be a WGA member to be eligible, so they do it differently, whereas the other guilds just like it's voted on by members, but you can be literally anybody and be eligible. But yeah, if you're not a current member of the WGA, then you aren't allowed to compete in them. So Babylon at WGA, I don't know. I think that's
I'd put it in the 10.
I think it's a little dead. Regardless, I honestly think Elvis might be the 4 at WGA.
Yeah, exactly. Elvis is probably the 4, and then it's if they go for something a bit more standard like Babylon, or they go for something like the menu, which I don't know. It's a WGA, or Nope, yeah. But it's a WGA, so I'm thinking they might go for something a bit more out there.
Elvis could literally hit every single one of the guilds because it's already the only one that's hit MPSC, ADG, and Cinematographers Guild. So like that can hit PGA, DGA, SAG, and WGA.
Yeah,
we know it's going to hit ACE. Crazy. We know it's going to get costume designers. We know it's going to get makeup. Like I think the only one that's going to miss is visual effects, but it's going to hit literally every single other guild.
Yeah, which is a weird fall. You know, it somehow managed to creep up its way. Now it's like probably 4, 5 in Best Picture, probably 4, honestly.
I think it's 4. I think it's above Fabelmans, if I'm being honest.
Maybe.
Yeah. Don't understand it. But anyways, I feel like that's a good transition. You guys ready to get into PGA and DGA and SAG? Okay. So we'll start out with PGA because PGA and DGA literally just have like 2 awards. SAG is like the biggest thing, I think.
Yeah.
So, okay. So these predictions were done by Thomas and I. Jack is here because he is occasionally smarter than both of us and remembers things that we overlook. So
occasionally.
Like once a year.
Yeah. We're all broken clocks. We're all always right a couple times, just whoever's time of day it is. So well, Jack is here to just make sure that we don't entirely mess things up. And also he has a channel, Oscar Film Forecast, that I assume if you're here, you probably already watched since we basically have the same viewers. But if not, go check him out. PGA.
Yeah.
This is what Thomas and I have come up with. I hate that this is our top 2.
Yes, I know. At least it's in that order, though. At least it's not Elvis that is our number 1. So, but yeah, Top Gun, it just feels like the winner here. It's a PGA. You know, Tom Cruise is a producer. You're honouring him. You're honouring a film that made boatloads of money. So I think that just makes sense for PGA to go for someone like Top Gun over the sort of more indie thing, like Everything Everywhere.
Yeah, they also, they gave Tom Cruise like an honorary producer's award. Like, I think they're going to be really high on this movie. And also, all 3 of us now have converted to predicting Top Gun for Best Picture, and I think that this is kind of intrinsic in its path.
We have, yeah, I know. It's a sad reality we find ourselves in, but yeah.
Yep. So, Jack, do you agree with this? Top Gun at 1?
Top Gun definitely 1. I would agree Elvis definitely 2.
Yeah.
Those are your top 2. Those are producer movies.
Yep, for sure. Everything Ever, I think, is still number 3, but that doesn't really make sense for PGA in my eyes.
No, but like it could still just sort of win. Just
it still does win if that's just
could become the sweeping thing. Yeah, exactly.
It does. Like, yeah, please win Everything Everywhere. But like, I don't know, it doesn't entirely feel like it's happening.
No.
Fableman's, Banshees, Avatar, Tar. I mean, those are just the clear top 7. Like, if you're predicting the Oscars and you aren't having those as your top 7 for any Best Picture category, like, fix that. I think that we all agree that this is the top 7 in whatever order you place it in.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yes.
We have Babylon in.
Yeah. This is an interesting one because obviously it kind of flopped, one of the biggest flops of the year. So maybe there is some sort of negative attitude towards that, although I do still think it is strong enough on merit alone. Like, it just seems to be, even though the reviews haven't been great, it just seems to be in the Best Picture conversation. So, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I just pulled up Twitter and saw that Paul Mescal is working with Richard Linklater on a 20-year-long movie.
Wow. Okay.
He's doing another one. Wow.
Isn't
he doing one with Beanie Feldstein too?
Well, this is this. So
the same thing.
Doing that.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyways, sorry, I just got very distracted by that.
He's working.
Doing Gladiator now too. Yeah. PJ doesn't always win. Wait, what? But doesn't PJ always win picture? Well, yeah, we're predicting Top Gun
exactly.
Best Picture. Like, we think this is like a turning point where Top Gun can do really well at the guilds, and we think it's going to win PGA and upset Everything Everywhere. You think Everything Everywhere is winning, especially if we win SAG Ensemble? Possibly. I mean, yeah, I we saw that with Coda last year. But
I think there is still a case for Everything Everywhere. There's still a case for it to be made for it to win here.
Definitely possible. I think Babylon couldn't end up taking the Nightmare Alley path to the Oscars, though. So we'll see. Like, there's definitely a world where that just misses here, though, as well. But we have Babylon in. All Quiet, I pushed to have this in here because, one, they love Netflix, which is also why we have Glass Onion, but they love Netflix. The past few years, they've done 3 Netflix movies where the Oscars have even only done 2. So they absolutely love Netflix. And I feel like All Quiet is going to do really well with the guilds.
Yeah, it's appeared to at the moment. Like, it's doing very well. So, yeah, I don't know why that would necessarily stop here.
Yeah. And then similarly with...
My question is, when have they ever put a foreign film in PGA that didn't end up winning Best Picture?
Roma.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
So it's happened. So, because I do think that All Quiet is just winning international now.
I would imagine so. Yeah, I would imagine so.
So, and I think it's in here. Like, I think Berger can also maybe have a shot at director, if I'm being honest. But yeah, the Women King is right there. Women Talking. I'm so depressed that this is just done.
Yeah. But then if you look at the other stuff as well, there's a chance for any one of the 5 sneaking over something like Glass Onion. Like, I'm not too confident about Glass Onion getting in, but still, it makes sense at the moment. But yeah, we've got things
at least
with
the Netflix. Maybe, I mean, because the first Knives Out did get in.
Exactly, and that is the thing that's compelled me to sort of put it in.
Like, the first Knives Out got in, and PGA loves Netflix, and Glass Onion's going to do pretty well with the guilds. Like, we know it's probably going to get at least. It's going to get probably at least SAG Ensemble. It's going to get WGA. It's going to get it's already got Art Directors Guild. It's probably going to get Costume Designers Guild. Like, it's doing fairly well with the guild, so I think it kind of makes sense. The Women King also did just miss Art Directors Guild today for Period, which I think is kind of interesting. So we'll see how the guild support does with that. I still think it does well at SAGs, but we'll see. So yeah, Glass Onion currently. Women Talking missing is depressing. I wouldn't be opposed. But that's not the world that we live in. Hello. Everything Ever All at Once Best Picture. I wish. We'll see. Let's say Top Gun does win sound, editing, and picture, maybe cinematography, but I'm not sold on it winning cinematography. I think it's it's winning cinematography. It is the only thing that's going to hit. It's the only thing that's going to get a nomination at every cinematography precursor. I think the only crossover between Critics' Choice and Cinematographers Society.
Someone before said Empire of Light hit every precursor. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Empire of Light did get Critics' Choice as well, but those two. But like, we'll see if
it's not
Empire of
gonna be
Light
Empire
also hits.
Light, yeah.
Oh no, Empire of Light's not going to win
It's not gonna
because
win.
Top Gun also has been like sweeping critics. It's also a Best Picture contender. Empire of Light, because Empire of Light might actually be the number 5 because that's going to get BAFTA for cinematography as well.
Yeah.
So yeah. Banshee's ineligible at WGA. Yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once just winning the WGA. We talked about that a bit earlier, and we'll do WGA predictions later. But yeah, Fabelmans is kind of dead in cinematography. It's just Top Gun. It's just Top Gun. She said in Triangle like probably won't happen.
No, but they're sort of just worth mentioning anyway.
And then Black Panther, I'm scared of because
that's possible.
If that gets in here, like look at the nomination hall for that. If Bassett is winning supporting actress, if that might actually just happen, and then that's also getting production design, costume design, makeup, and VFX and song, we're looking at 6 nominations, potentially a below the line win or 2, potentially an above the line win, and a PGA. Like, is that actually possible?
I mean, nah.
I'm not gonna predict it. I'm not gonna predict it if it doesn't happen here. If that gets in here, we should be like a little bit scared. But
a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still don't think they'd put that film in. So, but yeah, it's possible. It is possible.
Good picks. Yeah. Very interesting. Why I stopped giving cinematography? I have no clue. They attach cameras to planes. I guess it's not my personal pick, but it just kind of feels like the stars are aligning for it. Did Spider-Man get nominated last year? I'm not sure they'll go for Black Panther. It's possible. No, Spider-Man didn't, but Spider-Man also didn't have a potential acting winner and 5 or 6 tech noms. Or 4 or 5, I guess. But like Spider-Man had 1 tech nom.
Yeah. And Black Panther, the first one got in, so
the first one got in.
It's already in the sort of conversation more than Spider-Man ever was, really.
The first Black Panther got in without an acting nomination. And this has for sure an acting nomination on lock and potentially an acting win. So I don't know. I don't know about that.
Are they gonna have that many blockbusters in picture though? Like that's
that's another thing. Yeah. Like
right,
Top Gun,
but like,
Elvis,
look at the nomination package that we're looking at. Look at that nomination.
That's 4
package.
sequels if it gets in.
It's crazy.
There's only been like 3 ever nominated.
That's just kind of the theme of this year, though. Like I said, I'm not predicting it, but if Black Panther gets PGA here, then I think we have to very, very seriously consider that, and just both Babylon and Women Talking miss.
Maybe, yeah.
That is something to consider if Black Panther gets in. So
yeah, strange, but
strange times. Anyways, that's that. PGA animated. We're not gonna talk about this for too long. We have the bad guys in because they kind of like DreamWorks. They really like Disney, but Disney just didn't give them anything to work with this year aside from Turning Red. No. I'm a little bit scared about Marcel, but I'm leaving it in.
I looked at the sort of most recent ones, and they do go for the sort of bigger things, like in terms of bigger animated movies. So maybe I could see Marcel missing out on that front, and it is something like Wendell or Wild or even Strange World. I would have ruled it out completely.
Because I think it's a solid 5 minute. Exactly, Flea missed last year. But I don't think a miss here would kill Marcel or anything.
No,
it still has Globe's Critics' Choice. It's probably getting BAFTA as well. So Marcel can miss here and still be fine. But it can miss. It can miss, especially because Wendell and Wild produced by Key and Peele. So if we're talking about honoring producers here, it's possible.
I'm a little scared of Minions. I would have Minions a little higher, just because they like Illumination a lot. I think Despicable Me 3 got in.
Okay.
Yeah.
But most years, at least one Illumination movie gets in, but I don't think Minions will. But I'm a little scared of it.
I would. Oh my god, if that took out Marcel, at least Wendell and Wild is
I guess it was probably the highest grossing animated film of the year.
Yeah.
It was. So.
Yeah.
I guess we should be a little worried about it. Don't put it in though, just for personal.
Don't
sanity.
Put it in though.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Again, for sanity. Some of these picks are for sanity. Black
Yes.
Panther. That's another thing where like Black Panther's another thing similar to Top Gun where we were just denying it, saying it wouldn't happen, and I'm wondering if eventually I'm just gonna have this moment where I go, oh no.
I think it's less. I don't think Black Panther.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I guess we would have said that about Top Gun though. We wouldn't have predicted
we
Top
literally
Gun
had this
for a long
exact same
time.
conversation about Top Gun.
Yeah.
This
very
is
true,
making me a
very
little
true.
bit scared, but we'll wait until PGA comes. We'll wait until PGA comes.
Yeah.
DGA. So
This is
Lerman's
very
happening, which is weird. And then I want Berger in.
Yeah. I personally would go McDonough here, but I'm fine with taking a bit more of a swing and going Berger. But personally, I'd go McDonough.
Jack?
I would personally. I have the same lineup except McDonough instead of Berger. Just because McDonough got in for 3 billboards where he missed at the Oscars too. So I feel like they like him. But I could see him missing too. I feel like those top 3 are secure.
I would almost say top 4. Like I feel pretty good about Lerman happening.
Probably gonna
He's just been happening, yeah. He's just managed to propel himself into the conversation somehow. So yeah. And as I say, like Todd Field, obviously we were predicting him for the Oscars. I don't necessarily think DGA will happen for him though.
It's kind of like a Yorgos Lanthimos or something.
Yeah. 100%. That feels like the director's branch pick to get in, like the more artsy film, but it doesn't feel like a DGA. Edward Berger is not getting DGA. They didn't nominate Hamaguchi. That's a BAFTA thing. I'm fine since I'm outnumbered here with going to McDonough.
Yeah. I'd go McDonough.
I think my only argument against that is that Drive My Car wasn't crushing it with the guilds, which All Quiet is. All Quiet is like going to dominate the guilds.
They aren't big on foreign directors though at the TGA.
Yeah. So I'm fine
they
with
also do
that.
like big names. So I guess McDonough is a much bigger name than Berger.
No, that's only with WGA. Only WGA has their role. Anybody else, I think you can just be nominated. At least out of the big 4. Baz gets in here but misses at the Oscar for Field. That's what I think.
We have to worry about it though. We do have to worry that Baz.
We do have to worry about it because if Baz gets BAFTA, he literally got everything.
Yeah.
So
I do think it will be one of Baz or Cameron though. Like I can see the Oscars going.
I'm
We don't want
predicting a Cameron miss. I'm predicting a Cameron.
I'd be predicting a Baz Luhrmann miss personally, but
at the Oscars.
At the Oscars, I think we're going to see Denis Villeneuve Dune, Christopher Nolan Inception. Like some of these like big blockbuster achievements can miss for some of the more artsy picks like Tamaguchi. So like I think that the Oscars 5 right now is Daniels, Cameron, or not Cameron, Jesus. Daniels, Spielberg, Lerman, and then I'm kind of leaning Field and Berger. Like I think McDonough's going to miss too.
McDonough as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's what I think right now.
Okay. I don't know. I'd keep McDonough in. I would be tempted to drop out one of Lerman and Cameron for Field.
Because I think we're going to get an international director, and I think Berger is just happening. I don't know.
I don't know if we will get an international director this year. It doesn't necessarily feel like a year where we would have to get one.
Yeah, he's not a big name either.
Yeah. I feel like it was maybe Park Chan-wook that was in the conversation. He's a much bigger name in terms of international directors. So
I mean, he could still happen. Nobody was expecting Vinterberg. Like,
well, that's true. That is true. Yeah.
I mean, Vinterberg was 10 on Gold Derby. So is Park Chan-wook. I think Park Chan-wook is like 9. So we could just wake up on nomination morning and then just like, oh my god.
Yes.
Park Chan-wook
which would be great. He'd be very deserving.
But I'm not going to predict that.
We can't predict that, no.
Yeah. So this is our 5 right now for DGA at least, and we'll figure out because also when talking about the Oscars 5, once we have this, and we'll have a bit more context.
Yeah.
So
one thing is, since I think 2014 or 2015, 3 at the most that they've gone is 3 out of 5 in terms of the movies in here that also get nominated for editing. But I have 4 of these directors' movies getting into editing, so.
Okay.
That stat could be broken, but I don't know.
I guess that also feels like a stat that could be more coincidental.
Yeah, probably.
That it's exactly 3 out of 5 and not like 3 or more. So I think you're honestly probably fine.
Overthinking it, yeah.
Yeah. It is hard though to pick out which stats are actual
helpful
stats and which are just coincidences. Like getting your film into Best Picture for Best Actor. Like
as I say, I completely think that is a coincidence. I do not.
I think it's
that theory.
Whereas I think it's kind of a important thing, and that's why I have not predicted Brendan Fraser to win this entire season.
Yeah, but
so
I don't know. I would still think, even if it is Butler, I still think that's a coincidence. So I don't think it's.
How many times does it have to happen before you?
There's no reasoning for it. There is no reasoning why. Well, there is reasoning because the Best Actors films are more generally in the conversation. Well, there's no reason why it's only for Best Actor and not for Best Actress. Like, if you're going to follow that stat,
like 83%, I think.
So it helps,
it's only
no doubt.
Judy or Issa Tammy Faye, I think, are like.
It helps, but I don't think we should exclusively in future. Anyway, that's a different conversation.
Different conversation. Yeah, Sarah Polley, unfortunately not happening. I hope she gets saved here, but I just think that she's kind of.
I'd even put Kaczynski over Polley, but
yeah.
No,
I would do, but I'm okay with Polley.
Just because it would hurt me. No.
Yeah.
And then Chazelle just kind of arbitrarily there, but
it could be like Gina Prince Rythwood or someone like that. So
yeah. This is what we have for first time director. It's obviously Charlotte Wells winning, like so clearly and obviously.
Yeah.
I also just want to bring up a stat. So National Society of Film Critics gave Wells the award. So since 2000, the winner has only missed the Oscar nom, I think, 4 times. And you have to go back to 1991 for the Best Director winner at National Society of Film Critics to have had their film get 0 nominations at the Oscars. So that is a 32-year stat that says that Aftersun will get an Oscar nomination, which is interesting. It's surging at the right time. Like it is actually getting the critics push right now, and I think that. If that gets into original screenplay over Triangle of Sadness, it can get into Best Picture. Like I think it can drive my car.
Screenplay, I don't know if just screenplay. I think it might need Mescal as well. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think it does need Mescal as well.
But if it gets like director, actor, screenplay at BAFTA, that's also like another stat. I can't remember how many years, but like almost every single movie that gets that combo at BAFTA gets into Best Picture at the Oscars. So like,
yeah.
And I think that's very reasonable for Aftersun to get director, actor, screenplay at the BAFTAs. So
agreed. Yeah.
I don't know. I think Aftersun is like kind of. I mean, and maybe it's just wish dictating, but like I don't know.
I know. I just think Triangle of Sadness is a bit more likely to get.
Yeah, because Dolly is stronger than Mescal.
Yeah. And I'd say Triangle is stronger in screenplay than Aftersun still. So yeah. It's interesting how that sort of battle has been formed. And I do think one of them will get into Best Picture. It'll be one of those 2.
Yep, agreed. So we have Aftersun, Turning Red, Emily the Criminal, The Inspection, and Causeway getting in. Alice Diop could happen. Jack mentioned that they have actually done for international directors here. Tatiana Hueso last year for Prayers for the Stolen, which was a really weird pick that wasn't even in the conversation. So like, they really aren't opposed to it. I don't think that they're going to go for 2 animated movies. If anything, it's going to be Turning Red.
Yeah, agreed.
So, I don't know. I'm fine with this list.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the most important category. The important thing is Charlotte Wells is winning. So,
which is just very obvious and happening. It's at Best Alone Screenplay nom. I would love it, but I'm not feeling Aftersun for a nomination. That's kind of wishful thinking. Probably, but if it does manage to get screenplay and actor, then I think we're having a serious conversation. I think it will be Wells, G, Bratton, Neugebauer, and Diop. Okay, so just Patton Ford missing.
Yeah.
Wells makes director at BAFTA, then I'm predicting her. I wouldn't, just because like they did Julie Ducournau last year. Like
and Aftersun is.
You would need Aftersun. You need Aftersun to like be getting like picture, director, actor, screenplay, editing. Like you need it to like max out for nominations for me to even consider it. Her for director. WC eligible? I believe so. Let me know if she isn't though. Maverick winning Best Picture would just be awful. Yep, but such a bad winner. Okay, SAG Ensemble. It's time to get into SAG, everybody. It's SAG time. SAG time. What about Marina? maybe that could be like a purse for the stolen type of pick.
Yeah,
that's
I guess
actually
we could throw it on the list. Yeah.
I can't remember the name. I know it's Grissy Filipovic, who is the actress, the breakthrough actress. I can't remember the director's name. Yeah. Okay. We can just leave it like that. SAG Ensemble.
Yeah.
Everything Ever, Glass Onion, Top Gun, Elvis, Fablemans. Personally, I think the Woman King is in over the Fablemans, but you two disagree.
Yeah, I just think the Fablemans, like, they've got enough because, like, it's not like a Banshee situation. I do think they've got Hirsch, they've got Dana, they've got Williams, they've got Gabriel Bell, and then a couple of others as well. So I don't think that's going to really be a problem. People might try and say, oh, it's got too small a cast. But yeah, I just think the Fablemans has still enough steam to get this nom. So yeah, I'd put it in.
Belfast got in, right? Off of
yes,
after missing both in supporting actor.
Yeah,
okay.
I believe it's.
So I think that's still possible then. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with this. Me neither, but I think we got a Bohemian Rhapsody situation on our hands because they're going to do Butler, they're going to do Tom Hanks, they're going to do like who played Priscilla? Her name.
Is it Olivia?
Olivia DeJonge. Yeah.
Yes, it is Olivia DeJonge.
And then they can do Cody Smith McPhee as well. Like it has an
Calvin
ensemble.
Harrison Jr.
Calvin Harrison Jr. Like they loved this movie. Like this screened really, really, really well for SAG voters. Austin is winning. I don't know. I think Elvis is like kind of in here. I think it's gonna do like really well with all the guilds.
Yeah, it's appeared to be number 4. So therefore, I don't know. It'd be like it is a strange nom. It is a strange nom. But if you look at the other ones, like Banshees only has like 4. Woman King, is sort of dipped quite massively. There are a couple of others in lineup that could happen, but I don't know. Elvis just feels right, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Elvis. I don't know. It just, it feels like it's happening. Top Gun. Think about the ensemble that they're nominating.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, Miles Teller, Jennifer Connelly, Val Kilmer, Glenn Powell, Ed Harris, John Hamm. Like, listen to those names, everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a huge ensemble, and I think it's winning Best Picture, and it's going to do really well with the guilds.
Yeah. Glass Onion as well is just pretty standard. It's got a very good ensemble, so why would you not nominate it? And everything all at once. I feel fairly confident about this still winning. I don't think there's
good.
I don't think the other noms are really putting up too much of a fight against it, honestly.
And it's screened really, really well.
Yeah.
Like I think it's going to get 6 nominations personally. But we'll get to that later.
We'll get to sporting actress,
And Woman King can still like very reasonably happen because Viola is like in. Yes, they snubbed the first Knives Out, but that was a lot more competitive year for ensemble. So I think that this one's a lot more possible to get in, especially because Janelle is like very much in the conversation to be supporting actress, whereas I don't think Anna really was.
No.
So
no.
Woman King's right there. Banshees we have missing. You may say what, but it's an ensemble of 4.
Mm-hmm.
Point to the power of the dog. There's so many other things. They don't do it if you don't have at least 5. It's weird, but like they don't like small ensembles.
Yeah.
Which is
a shame because I would personally put it number 1. So, very well.
But like it's weird though because we are predicting it for 4 nominations.
Yeah.
We have all 4 of those actors getting in, which Power of the Dog didn't do. Plemons missed. So that's never happened before where a movie with 4 nominations missed ensemble. But also when you put in only 4 like that, it doesn't really I don't know.
They're already voting for all of them individually. They might not feel the need to put them in ensemble.
Right. Yeah. Also, if you hear a noise in the background, my cat is using his litter box in the same room as me. So that is what's going on. If you hear something, if not, now you just have the image. So, anything else there that like Black Panther, the first one got in? I don't.
Yeah, I don't think that means like. Yeah, I don't know.
Babylon just kind of has been tanking. I don't think that's happening.
Yeah, it does have quite a large ensemble though, so maybe if they want to go for one of the biggest ensembles of the year, potentially. But
yeah. And then Triangle of Sadness would be an inspired choice.
would be, yeah.
Isn't happening though.
No, unless like Roman says, like unless like both Woody Harrelson and Dolly Dillon get in, then maybe it's got an outside shot. Even then, I wouldn't necessarily jump to put it in.
Like it's because like I know I think they're gonna do other weird stuff in supporting actor.
Yeah.
Rather than just him. So yeah, Elvis is an ensemble of 2 with 1 bad performance. But they submitted more. More.
I know.
I still refuse to put it in my 5, but it does.
Women
make
talking
sense.
not even being in your 10. That's brutal.
But true.
Like
yeah.
I just really don't think it's happening. It's gonna get 0 SAG noms.
Yeah, we are at that situation now where it's getting 0 SAG noms, but
so and this is something that this isn't just like, oh, I heard it screened well. They didn't get out screeners to SAG.
Didn't screen, yes.
They straight up just didn't screen for SAG. Not on their digital platform, not physical screeners. They just did not screen for SAG voters. It's already on the decline. Okay, MGM and UA is so bad at awards campaigning. Like they were the one. They had House of Gucci last year. They had Cyrano last year. They did that. Atrocity of a release and campaign, and now they're screwing over Women Talking until. They're not getting Danielle Deadweiler out. They're not campaigning her, and that's why Danielle Deadweiler is falling. Like, it is insane. Women Talking deserves to win here, in my opinion, and it's literally not in our top 10. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Can we put it at 10 just because?
I don't know. I guess you can put it in 10 just in case, because there are actors on both the supporting actress and supporting actor bubble. So if they do get in, which they could still maybe.
I hope. I hope BAFTA saves it, but
they
didn't even
say that. Yeah, exactly.
They already kind
of killed it even more. They didn't do any supporting. Yeah. They didn't even do any actor. Yeah, I don't know. Except Wishaw. So yeah, can we all agree Megan sweep next year? Yeah, it's better than like half of the Best Picture contenders. Okay, so this hurts. All the Women Talking is just like hurting me.
Coming at exactly the same time as Top Gun Surging. So I'm sure you're having a great week, Trevor.
I know. MGM, because Bleecker Street doesn't have like
Bleecker Street don't have the funds to do that. Yeah, exactly.
MGM actually has the funds, and they're doing worse than Bleecker Street.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Women Talking, but the guilds ain't listening. Yeah. Okay. Sounds like a Variety like think piece or something written by Clayton Davis.
Yes.
Okay. SAG actor. Austin Butler's.
I guess it just is Austin Butler here. I don't know. I feel like I've done a reverse of you where you were holding on to Benedict Cumberbatch. I'm holding on to Colin Farrell. I think he'll be saved by BAFTA. And
this is literally last year.
This is literally last year.
You were saying it's so obviously Will Smith. It's so obviously Will Smith. And it was like, no, but BAFTA will save Cumberbatch.
Yeah, I don't know, because I do think Colin Farrell could win Critics' Choice as well. Like, he was a sort of critics sweeper to an extent. So I do think he does have that.
So was Cumberbatch.
Well, we'll see after Critics' Choice. We'll see, which is not long.
They like to predict who's going to win the Oscar, and I think
Austin is sweeping. Colin Farrell could win a BAFTA even, but like we thought, oh well, Cumberbatch can win BAFTA. You haven't said Cumberbatch can win BAFTA, but then he'll still lose the Oscar. Like, Farrell can win Oscar.
Okay, I'm waiting for Critics' Choice. Really, I'm waiting for Critics' Choice.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for Critics' Choice.
Yeah. Okay.
I do see a world in which he wins it. But anyway,
I feel really good about this top 4. Nye maybe can miss. He can like maybe miss, but I think that this is a very reasonable top 5. Like Paul Mescal is going to have to get some BAFTA momentum, which I think he does get in there, and then he's going to have to try to challenge like Tom Cruise or probably Tom Cruise. Honestly, at this point, I don't know. This just feels very clear and obvious as the top 5.
I think the last 2 years they went 5 for 5 in this category in terms of SAG lining up with the Oscars, and this seems like the Oscar 5. So
Paul Mescal would have to sneak in, which they've done some weird stuff because they did pull Javier Bardem like out of their asses last year, and he just got in for the Oscar. So,
and like
if they
I
do
guess
that-
they could go for something like SAG might be the ceremony that goes for Hugh Jackman, just because they do like their big names. So I do think we've got enough big names in here anyway. So I don't think we have to worry about that too much.
Are you crazy? I don't think you're crazy. And like, I was just gonna say, if they do a really bad pick and another Javier Bardem, it would be Hugh Jackman. But I don't know. You didn't see the Austin Butler hype at all? Okay. Sure. You hate women talking. That's a wild take. But teach their own. Teach their own.
Exactly.
I hope so. Polling for Brendan. Jack and I have very strong opinions about Brendan Fraser's performance that you probably won't like, but we can not talk about that.
Yeah.
You blame the supporting actress race if you're going insane. Don't we all? Gonna need to talk to my therapist about it. Okay. Whale's doing very well at the box office. Fraser have a chance. Is he stronger than we think? No. Because Elvis. If you're gonna use the box office argument,
Elvis.
Oh yeah.
Would you like to look at the Elvis box office? Yeah. I don't know. I just really don't think Brendan's happening.
I can still envision it. The vision's not completely gone. It's just slightly blurry, slightly cloudy.
I think even Banshees has made more than the Whale.
Potentially, yeah. We'd have to
dispatch
it out.
Okay, actors were arguing because I think Ana de Armas is getting in. So we all are predicting Ana to win the Globe tomorrow. We're all taking that swing, I think. Or Jack, are you?
I'm not predicting. Oh no.
Oh, you aren't.
She's my number 2. I'm not predicting her to
win.
Okay. No.
Okay, Thomas and I are taking the swing and saying that Anna's going to win.
Yeah.
I think that she gets in here over Margot Robbie. I think that Babylon is Pitt and nothing else at SAGs, like Nightmare Alley, where it was Blanchett and nothing else.
I just don't think, like, why would Blonde have screened well at SAG? Like, the reason Ana de Armas got in was because I guess they were sort of maybe looking for someone else to fill a drama spot. And I do think she can win a Globes because
like the performance.
I don't.
This movie has genuine defenders.
They're like people rave about Margot Robbie's performance still.
Babylon barely screened, and it came out late. Very few people actually even saw Babylon out of SAG voters. So it's not even like that it didn't screen well. It's that people just didn't see it. Whereas Blonde,
didn't enough people remember Blonde though.
Well, the SAG was getting screeners out. I got because I got myself onto like the email chains for like all of these like award screeners. They were getting Blonde out. They were like LA and New York. They were getting Ana out to events. Babylon did nothing.
Yeah, Babylon it's more recent though. I think Margot Robbie is slightly more in the mind of people than Ana de Armas, unless Ana de Armas wins a Globe. But I guess I don't think there's enough time.
Voting is already finished for SAG. So
yeah, exactly. So not enough. No. I don't know. I just think Margot Robbie makes more sense. Ana de Armas would be a more rogue shout, which I guess
I'm holding you to this, by the way. I'm holding you to this. I'm holding you to I'll send you my PayPal. But yeah, Ana in over Danielle. Yeah, I don't see it. I think that Danielle is very clearly behind Margot and Ana. I just don't think people care about Danielle Deadweiler's performance, which is sad. But because like she's good in the movie and she would be deserving here. But,
I mean, Ana is a bigger name as well, which let's not forget.
Right.
SAG tend to go for the bigger name. So I'd maybe be inclined to put Darmus over Deadweiler. I still don't know about that though. I would say Ana de Armas is a clear 6 or 7, potentially 7 even. But
yeah,
should be my number 6.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna leave it as a slash because I'm not giving up on this. I honestly wholeheartedly think Ana de Armas is getting into SAG. Like I think she's getting into Golden Globe and SAG, but missing Critics' Choice and BAFTA.
Okay,
I just think that is happening. Like I don't know if she gets the Oscar nom, but yeah, I also think Viola Davis has just kind of solidified herself as the number 4 across the board, even for the Oscars. She's like very consistent and solid. Like she's at least getting 3 of the 4 here, and she could get BAFTA.
Yeah.
Now the BAFTA is historically a little bit racist, but we'll see.
Yeah, it is also interesting because I could class Davis and Williams as supporting performances in their movie. So it's interesting that they are both still getting into lead, even though, it's an interesting thing to know.
Yeah, I agree here. Deadweiler's only Critics' Choice.
Yeah.
So
Potentially.
Like Delroy
In which case,
Lindo,
I simply
right?
as Margot Robbie.
Yep. Delroy Lindo. I think that she's taking the Delroy Lindo path.
Yeah.
Which is really sad, but
tragic. She's the second best here, I think, in my
opinion.
I'd say fourth.
I'd say fourth. Yeah.
I prefer
Kate,
Michelle, and Margot. Yeah, I prefer Kate. Kate Michelle Yeoh, and Robbie Williams wouldn't even touch my personal top 5.
Oh, no. See, I'd have Williams placed. I'd have Williams above Deadwiler probably, personally.
Oh, really? I thought Williams was like bad, but that's just me.
I think she understood the film she was in and the role she needed to play.
I have very strong opinions. I've noticed. I have very strong. Okay. It was just a bit of a crisis there. Crisis of the self. But moving on. Now I sound like a Noah Baumbach character. This is getting bad. Anyways, the top 4 is very obvious, and like maybe like Chastain or Aki can randomly happen. Remember Jennifer Hudson last year? I sure do. But I don't know. I feel good about my 5 at least, and I would prefer Margot to get in. I want that to happen, but I'm bracing myself. So yeah. Okay. Let's get into supporting actor.
Yeah. So I
think
the top 4 are fine. Like K1, obviously. Brendan Gleeson, something obviously as well. Barry Keoghan, they might not go for 2. But I don't know why they wouldn't necessarily. And Brad Pitt's just, again, the sort of big name thing. You put him in there.
Yep. I think they're going to do Eddie Redmayne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they snub both Fableman's boys.
I can see that. I mean, we talked about this before streaming. I think Tom Hanks would be a more likely sort of rogue, weird shout that people don't really want over Eddie Redmayne, just because Elvis might get, as we said, we're predicting it in ensemble. It's a bigger film than goodness it is.
And Hanks missed Globe. And Elvis did like well at the Globes, and Hanks still missed, but they did slide Redmayne in. And like Globe and SAG would follow the path of these weird choices before. Like when you get the weird SAG pick, it's usually supported by Globe and Critics' Choice also doing the weird thing, like Ben Affleck, like Jared Leto, like I don't know. Typically you don't see like a lone weird SAG thing in the supporting categories. You see that in lead with like Jennifer Hudson last year, but typically the weird thing happens.
I mean, maybe I just think Elvis would be a bigger thing, but either way, I do think there is a very strong chance something weird does happen here, and it could like the Fableman's boys might split votes as well. That's something that often goes unnoticed with these sort of double noms. No, exactly. People just don't seem to be taking to it.
Let's see. Quan, Gleason, Hurst. So you have both Fablemans in. I don't and Hanks. Wow, you're going for it. I respect it. I respect it.
I mean, I guess I can see why you might not put Pitt in there. Like he doesn't have to be in there. But interesting, both Fablemans over both Banshees. Yeah.
Don't speak Tom Hanks into
No, God no. Yeah. He actively made that movie 10 times worse. So
he did.
Brian Tyree Henry could legitimately like any of this honestly, any of this like top 9. Sadly, I just don't think Ben Wishfell's happening. But like any of this top 9 could happen. Like Brian Tyree Henry, very well respected. And I think that Brian Tyree Henry can get into the Oscars. You've brought up Jack or how there's always like a supporting nominee who's not in a picture nominee.
Yeah.
I think Henry could make sense for that stat.
He's the closest one, probably. The big thing is I would think that's a performance the BAFTAs would go for, but they didn't. So that does make me a little concerned. But
I feel like he has to get in here for that to happen. So we'll see.
He's going to score.
Here's a question. Could one of the Banshees boys miss? I could see both Redmayne and Hanks and SAG. 100%. That's a very real possibility.
And that's why we got Keoghan 4th instead of our usual placement of him being 3rd. So
yes. I think that if one misses, it would be Keoghan probably.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Even though I think Keoghan has a little bit more support, weirdly. Like there seems to be a bit more passion behind his performance. Gleason's a bigger name and he's got more screen time in the movie and all of that kind of stuff. So agreed. I think Keoghan would be the one to miss, sadly, because I do think he's the best in the film.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah. Well, my personal favorite is Condon, but
yes,
I think he's my second. Yeah. And Ben Whishaw, just tragic. absolutely tragic. He's just not happening. He's
No.
so
Yeah.
good. He's so
He's really
good in
good.
the movie. But like, yeah, they just didn't screen it because MGM is stupid. I mean, they literally like Dinklage could have gotten in here at SAG, but they didn't screen it. They just don't care about screening for SAG, and it's killing all of those movies' chances because SAG is like one of the most important awards groups to get into. They are the largest branch of the Academy.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
The only one I'd be tempted to mention that's not on the list is Woody Harrelson, in case we are following the hypothetical of Triangle Sadness getting ensemble, Dolly Glenn and Harrison. But either way, I think he'd be like 11. So
yeah.
Or Miles
just
Teller.
worth mentioning still.
Or Miles Teller.
God.
That would be.
He's
Yeah.
probably going to end up in the top 10 for voting, if we're being honest.
By the end, yeah, maybe.
Like,
Who
if we're
knows?
being honest, he's not going to get in, but like he would be there.
Probably.
Okay.
Norton and Gosling, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing: Hirsch could also just get in, and it's just him. Like Bradley Cooper got in for a small performance last year. They aren't opposed to nominating these small performances.
It could just be Hirsch over Dana. Yeah, 100%.
Hirsch can get in.
True.
Like Hirsch could get in over Keegan, and Redmayne's still there. Like supporting actors, like very, very loose. But I'm fine with this 5 for now.
Yeah. Solid.
Yeah. Are we predicting 5 for 5 with Globes? As Justin just brought up.
I think
we are.
Yeah, I think we probably are. Did none of the Phobans get in? No,
Dano got in. Right?
Over who?
Did get in.
Yeah, I remember Pitt getting in. I remember Key. I remember all of them getting in.
Me too.
Wait,
I remember 6 people getting in.
I don't know.
Maybe we are going 5 for 5 with Globes. Because if
didn't-
so, I don't know if I like that.
Dana's one I don't really remember getting in. Out of the 6.
Jack, are you checking right now?
Yeah, I can check.
Okay. Because that's interesting though if this is 5 for 5. I don't know. I just still don't see Dano getting in. I still don't see Hanks getting in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin says, these are the Globe nominees. I'm okay.
Yep.
I say we stick with it for now. Just because I think we're at least going to get 4 out of 5 with this.
Yes.
We're going to get 4 out of 5.
Well,
I don't want to.
Hopefully, unless it's Hanks and Dana over Keegan and Redmond or something like that. But yeah, hopefully 4 out of 5.
I think we should at least be able to get 4 out of 5 because I don't want to try to pick something to get out and then throw one of them in and get it wrong because then it's 3 out of 5. But I think that this is the best list as of now to just go for Globe nominees. That is interesting though because I don't know if I necessarily see them doing that. Okay, ready to move on.
Yeah.
To the clown show, the circus. Because Jesus Christ, supporting actress. What shall we do? We have Bassett and Curtis number 1 and 2, which is just normal now. Which if you would have told me that this was going to be the consensus top 2 this deep into the season, like 3 months ago, 2 months ago, 1 month ago, I would have had an aneurysm and died. Because what is this?
The problem was when Michelle Williams left the category, there was a void, and no one campaigned to fill it. The people who did campaign to fill it were Bassett and Curtis, and now here they are. So if only someone had sort of if only it had been Stephanie Shu over Jamie Lee Curtis, would have been a lot better category to look at. But oh well.
Yeah, it's really not great.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Bassett, Curtis, Condon. Thomas and I are kind of going out on a limb and saying that Dolly DeLeon's getting in. I kind of feel good about Dolly DeLeon here.
Yeah. I think she's been getting stronger and stronger. I do think she is a pretty clear top 4.
I mean, she did. Now. She got a majority of the critics trifecta.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So she's kind of been building momentum quietly. She's actually been out campaigning, which is huge, especially for SAG. Yeah. I think she can get in here. And I had this thought. I think that there's a possibility that she can Yunya Jung. And it's a very open category. We don't know who's going to be winning. And then the critics' darling pops up. She missed the category. She missed one because Yunya Jung missed Globe. Dolly DeLeon missed Critics' Choice. But She can get, she got in for Globe. She gets in here. She's definitely getting in for BAFTA. I think that she can win BAFTA over Condon. I think that she can upset Condon there. So, like, I think that there's a world where Dolly DeLeon might be able to Yunya Jung and just kind of catapult to the top, which would be great. I'm not predicting that. But, like, if you just look at, like, this list of people, at least this top 4, she feels more like a winner than anybody else there to me.
As I say, I think she feels like slightly more of a winner than Kerry Condon. I don't think that means she has a more of a chance. I just think in terms of feeling and like if you look at the films that were in, the performances they give, Dolly DeLeon screams winner a bit more than Kerry Condon ever has. But
yeah. It's weird. It's weird because neither of them are like have ever been nominated before, but just like in my mind, I can see Dolly DeLeon up on that stage accepting an Oscar more than I can Kerry Condon.
Yeah.
Or it's just Angela Bassett and we're overthinking it. Which is
that's what I think.
I think it might just be Angela
Bassett.
Bassett's winning.
I'm at a point where I'm hoping Jamie Lee Curtis wins, which is not something I thought I would be saying.
I'd take Bassett over Curtis, but yeah.
I would prefer a Bassett win.
Really?
I would prefer a Bassett win just for the career award and just because I hate that Jamie Lee Curtis was just like on Instagram said I want an Oscar nomination and then they're just giving it to her. Like I'd much rather see Bassett who like got it naturally at least.
Are we gonna have Black Panther win an acting Oscar? I feel that takes the Oscar's reputation a little.
It's Angela Bassett though.
It's Angela Bassett for career award. It isn't for the movie. It's for Angela Bassett's career, which like
she's campaigning pretty hard.
Sure.
Yeah. So like I'll take it for Angela Bassett's career because she's like undeniably an incredibly talented actress who deserves
for sure.
For Black Panther?
Not for Black Panther.
Do you want it for Black Panther? Probably not. I don't want to put words in her mouth, but I'd assume she'd want it for like one of her more like real serious movies.
Yeah.
But like I think I'm fine with it. I'm kind of coming to terms with it, but I also really want it to be DeLeon.
Yeah.
All she needs to do is give a good speech and then
she just has to win literally one place. If she wins tomorrow, if she wins at SAG, if she wins Critics' Choice, she could honestly win all 3 of them. But all she has to do is win one, give a good speech dedicated to Chadwick. She has an Oscar.
Yep.
So, Condon we have in. We're going with a bit of a swing for Dolly. I have Stephanie Hsu in because I think they're going to love everything everywhere, and it's going to get 6 SAG noms.
I think they're already showing enough love to everywhere with 5. I don't think they need to give Stephanie Hsu this last one. And I know we're putting Glass Onion on ensemble. I feel that maybe that warrants getting another. I mean,
Parasite won.
Yes,
ensemble.
I know. Yeah, potentially. But I don't know, with a film like Glass Onion, I feel like, and with a person like Janelle Monáe being so in the conversation already, I feel like that would just make sense.
Possibly. I'm going to be sticking with Stephanie here. Just because, like, I mean, here's the thing. I could see a world where Stephanie wins SAG. I'm just going to throw that out there.
I don't know.
I think it's Angela Bassett.
Yeah, I think it's Angela Bassett. And if
again,
not Bassett,
I'm just saying I can see a world. I can see a world where they do that. Because if they're giving everything everywhere, like, they could just sweep everything everywhere. They could give it ensemble, supporting actor, actress, and then they could throw a supporting actress, and they're like, oh, Stephanie. Like, if one place would go for Stephanie, I feel like it could be SAG.
Yeah, but what he's saying is the sweep, in which case I think the sweep would go to Jamie Lee Curtis. From this, she is the number 2 in the film. So, like...
I don't know. This is maybe just a bit of a... I feel like...
I think it is quite
I just feel like if anywhere's going to save her, it's SAG.
Maybe. Sure.
Yeah. It's her last hope.
Right. After the BAFTAs, which still baffled. Like the BAFTA, you two, you're supposed to be good. But you guys are saying Monet. Jack, you're also saying Monet.
Yeah, I don't have Dolly DeLeon. I have Monet and Sue.
Okay, so you also think Hsu gets in?
Yeah, she's my 5.
Okay.
I'm tempted to say Carey Mulligan gets in, but I'm not.
Carey Mulligan, that's a problem. Carey Mulligan does seem to just keep slipping in, and like she's gone
she's like
very
secretly doing very well.
Exactly. I don't know. Yeah.
That would mean if we put Mulligan in, at 5 here, that would mean we're having both supporting categories go 5 for 5 with the Globes, which I don't want to.
Yeah, no, I didn't think we put Carey Mulligan in. I'm just saying, like, she could. There's a very distinct chance.
Yeah.
And equally, there's a chance SAG there's a chance SAG maybe saves at least one of the women talking actors / actresses. In which case, I think it would be Buckley over like Foy, or if we're looking at the other, we're sure. So their chance is Jessie Buckley. I don't think it's going to happen. but maybe we can.
None of the
It's
Little
possible.
Women actresses got in here,
No,
Right.
so,
And I think
yeah.
Women Talking is kind of Little Women.
except we.
Little Women Talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Hong Chao is there.
Yeah,
She's there. I think if
Very-
anyone's gonna save her, it's BAFTA, not here. BAFTA could save her, but I just kind of think she's not happening this season. So
No.
It doesn't look like it. It
would be
doesn't look
deserving for like a kind of banner year for her to get something, because like she was the only good part of the whale. She was, I think, honestly my favorite performance in the menu too. So
I don't know if
say
I'd go
Fines, then her.
Yeah, I'd say Fines and then
okay,
Holt.
okay. She's my
So-
personal
Oh,
favorite
Holt
in
is
the
good
menu.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, anyways, that's supporting actress.
That is.
Stunt ensemble, I think, is very obviously these five. And
yes, indeed. I mean, Top Gun's obviously winning. Like anyone who does anything other than
Yeah.
Top Gun is just wrong, I'm afraid.
for stunts, yeah. So, Top Gun. This is where I personally think Everything Ever grabs its 6th nomination, record-breaking 6th nomination. And then Woman King, Black Panther, The Batman, all feels pretty standard. RR,
Yeah.
I guess. But
RR
yeah.
could, if they do still want to show it some love, which I could see over something like The Batman, which obviously isn't really hot topic anymore.
Right. It did just get ASC, so I don't know. I don't
Yes.
know.
Yeah.
So I'm just scrolling back through a little bit through all of our stuff. This is what we had for SAG Ensemble. I'll leave it on that. Any final thoughts? Any other things that we need to bring up about SAG, DGA, or PGA? And also chat if you have any questions about our predictions, not only for these. If you want to talk about WGA, if you want to talk about ASC, if you want to talk about the Oscars, just BAFTA. If you have any questions about this award season, you can throw them in the chat as we're wrapping up.
Yeah. Well, I think just that these are going to be big. Like they could signal the death of some films, like Women Talking.
Yep.
If it doesn't do well at SAG, it's over. Like
Nail in the
it's over.
coffin. It's done.
It could also lift things up, like Elvis. If it does get these things like SAG Ensemble, if it does get DGA lifting up, it's gaining that momentum. So these are going to be very interesting. These are going to be very interesting for sure. Hopefully, we do get some clarification as to the last few murky spots in Best Picture. We don't know what's going to fill them yet. Hopefully, these provide some clarification.
Yep. Jack, any thoughts?
SAG can be a big turning point for some of the acting categories, like Chastain last year. So,
yep.
I think it's going to be pretty important who wins here. Coda as well. Yeah. They're like you said, they're the biggest branch, so they've got a lot of sway. So, should especially pay attention to what they say.
Yeah, for sure. No, these are very, very, very important. So we're gonna see a lot of stuff here. It also kind of signaled like that Belfast wasn't as strong when both of the Belfast boys missed. We could see a similar thing with Fablemans that we're predicting.
Potentially, yeah. It's another one that could suffer, and Top Gun as well could lift up. So,
Yep. Would be the equivalent to a Kate Blanchett and Nightmare Alley equivalent of choice this year. Okay. Carey Mulligan possible. I mean, I'm saying that Babylon is Nightmare Alley, but like Brad Pitt really isn't like an insanely out there choice. I think that would be like Tom Hanks.
I think it might be Tom Hanks. Yeah, I'd about that.
What if Viola won the Globe? That's really interesting. I think that locks in Viola to the Oscar nom for sure. Like she's just like in there, maybe as a number 3.
Maybe.
Then I think that like kind of kills any chances of Anna upsetting to get into the Oscars lineup. Like that kills Anna's, I think, Oscars lineup chances. If she's even if she still gets the SAG nom, I think it's just Globe nom, SAG nom. That isn't really happening. So she needs to win the Globe if she wants a chance to like sneak in to the Oscars 5. I don't know if that does anything for like Viola or the Woman King though, aside from just like we can confidently say Viola's in.
No, I don't imagine it would do anything greater than that, really. No.
I mean, and once again, we're taking a swing with Anna. It wouldn't be, Anna losing the Globe. Like, Kate is still the very clear number 1 and front runner in this category. Thomas and I are just, we're in a little bit of a silly, goofy mood, and we just wanted to try something out.
And a lot of people are also still predicting upsets in that category, but still not going for Anna Thomas. They're going for stuff like Davis.
The only person I've seen, Dan Bayer. Next Best Picture. He said he predicted Anna, and then also his friend, the Oscars podcaster Sam Meltzer, is also saying that it's going to be Anna. So there's only a couple people, but the few, the strong. We are tearfully and regrettably saying that Anna is going to beat Kate.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I think that's pretty much it. If anything else has anything, if not, I think that's pretty much it to wrap up. Thank you everybody who popped in here to watch live. Thank you everybody who's watching on the replay. We appreciate you as well. Would love to see you in the live chat sometime. But yeah, if you're watching on the replay or just you're watching live, you can put your predictions in the comments. I'd love to see them. I always appreciate reading all of your guys' predictions. And yeah, it's gonna be a busy week. You can expect lots of reactions from Thomas and I, and you can also expect, I'm assuming, some reactions from Jack over at Oscar Film Forecasts.
You can definitely, yeah.
So definitely go check him out. I will probably put that in the description. I will. I said probably because I haven't done it yet. But yes, if you don't already follow Jack or are familiar with Jack, subscribe to Jack. He also does awards content, so more of the fun stuff. Currently on 666 subscribers, so who wants to break that?
I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God,
that's a curse. Oh no.
Yeah. So I just dropped this. You're gonna
go unsubscribe or something.
Yeah. Somebody subscribe or unsubscribe. Let's see if we can get that by the end of this. I just dropped his channel in the chat. Solitary Ice Trailer is amazing. Great work. Made me feel cool. It will be out soon. Yay. Nice to see you guys together. I hope for more. The three of us are definitely going to do more stuff. We're definitely going to do more stuff.
100%.
So, yeah. But yeah. Let's see if somebody unsubscribe or subscribe to Jack so he isn't cursed anymore.
Soon.
He's still cursed.
Please.
He's still cursed.
I'm still cursed.
All right. Well.
This
isn't gonna happen. All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate you all for stopping by, and yeah, plenty more content on both of our channels. Plenty more. Reactions all this week, and we're going to be doing a live stream for Critics' Choice predictions for the winners, since that ceremony happens in 6 days. So probably after the onslaught of Globes nominations, the Globes winners, the Critics. I'm really bad at this. PGA nominations, DGA nominations, and SAG nominations. After all of that happens over the next 3 days.
Yeah.
After all that happens in the next 3 days, then we're going to do a live stream for predicting Critics' Choice. So you can join us for that. I think we might have a guest for that. Jack, you're, of course, welcome back if you'd like to join. I know you're going to have your own predictions on your channel. But so Thomas and I will be here, and we'll have more predictions for that. So we'd love to see all you guys stop by for that. And then Critics' Choice reactions. And then the week after that is Oscar noms. So, and BAFTA noms too. So,
that's a lot.
Well, I'm going to go not sleep because I'm bad at that, but I should, because this is going to be an exhausting week. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Stay safe, everyone. Uncurse Jack. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.